Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We love to support local filmmakers at Park City Television, specifically about subjects we are passionate about, cycling included. And I am thrilled to be joined by Dave Sheilds, the author of The Race, and his producer Kate Fellner, who are putting together a project called Barnstorm, raising funding to make his book into the reality of a motion picture for all of us to enjoy. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Thank you very much, being
Liza.
Here. All right, Dave, so the book is The Race, and this was obviously a passion project for you that hits very close to home.
Yeah, absolutely. I wrote it a while ago, kind of during the height of the Lance Armstrong era, and it got a lot of publicity at that time and a lot of success, and then obviously there were some little bit of hiccup in the story of cycling.
There were some issues that drew some attention to the world of cycling.
Yeah, but it's such a wonderful sport, and there's so much more to it than the idea that it's a drug-fueled type of a experience. I know there's many people around here that are very passionate about it, and so we wanted to express that side of the story. We want the general public, people that really don't know why we're out on the roads, to have some understanding of what it is that cyclists are passionate about. And one of the neatest things, when it was reviewed, it was called the Rocky of cycling, and I really think that that's an apt description, and particularly for the type of movie that we intend to make.
Well, and I think, I will be honest with you, as a novice cyclist, I immediately started paying attention to the sport because of that whole salacious scandal, and of course it got that international attention. But when I was reading the reviews and the summary of this, there was something about cycling that really translates across age, across country. It's that moment of a little kid getting on his first bike and the two-wheel push, and everybody just has that immediate sense of freedom and what cycling can provide. And it really has nothing to do with where you grew up or where you're from. And that's really such a universal theme that I think appeals to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's something that we all really appreciate about cycling. Almost everybody has had that experience. Here in America, they have that experience. They turn 16, they get a set of car keys, and so many people, that's the last time they ever get on their bike. But for many people, once they get back on the bike, and they're a little bit older, and they suddenly go, wow, it recaptures that spirit, and that's one of the things we tried to do. It's cycling is the backdrop of the story, but it's really a story. Cycling kind of is used metaphorically in the story, so it's much more than just a movie for somebody who...
For someone who's passionate about road
Just
cycling.
like Rocky. You don't have to be a boxer to like Rocky.
No, I don't box. I love that movie. Kate, you jumped on as a producer of the film. What was it about the story? Like Dave said, it wasn't just about cycling. What were some of the messages and themes that really attracted you to the picture?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing that really stands out, obviously it is a cycling story, but there's this underlying theme of family and love that really runs through the whole story, and it's beautiful and it's inspiring, and this is a book that you can pick up with zero cycling experience, pick it up and just be sucked in immediately, and I loved that. Absolutely loved that element of it. That
everybody can appeal to it. We have a clip we want to show you guys so you can see a little bit more about what we're talking about. This is a clip about getting the film Barnstorm made based on The Race. That's some beautiful footage.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was footage that we captured just in location searches. So a lot of the locations that I wrote about in the book were, to a large extent, fictional. You know, for instance, there's a point where the cyclist goes off a cliff. I knew there were cliffs down there, and I've been down there many times.
But I wasn't sure which cliff.
But I didn't know which cliff.
To send them off of.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And for a movie, obviously, you've got to know everything before you go down there.
Sure.
We've already cast. The movie takes place in two halves. The real-time story is actually a story of a cyclist in the Tour de France competing, in France. And as motivation, he's having flashbacks to his childhood, and that's what we're filming in southern Utah. So it's going to be really neat, the juxtaposition between the incredible, southern Utah national parks area,
sure.
and then
going
Alps.
over to the Alps. Those are some beautiful scouting locations
yeah,
that you all have lined up for yourself.
We've got it
My
rough.
goodness.
It's so unfair.
All right, so let's talk about the actual movie making process, because I know that's part of why you're here. It's the fundraising, and with all of our Sundance coverage, so many of the incredible stories are just how people went from having a passion, a book, a story, an idea, to getting it on the big screen. And then, of course, obviously taking over the film festival circuit, which I'm sure will happen.
Absolutely.
But for people that want to know how they can support you guys and how to help get Barnstorm onto the screen, what is the process? What are you going through right now?
So we've set up an Indiegogo campaign, and and we've just recently launched that. You can get to it by going to barnstormmovie.com,
Okay.
and there's a link. Barnstormmovie.com, it's in need of some update. It's just kind of a brand new site, but there is a link there that will take you over to the Indiegogo site.
Okay.
You can watch a little video that kind of tells what our project's about, and it's our hope that many cyclists that really like the idea of a movie like that, they'll throw in $5 or $10 or $15, and some of them maybe a little bit more. And that's going to help us. In particular, it's going to help us on the European half of the movie, because as you can imagine, that's going to be
a little
expensive.
bit pricier, right?
Right.
It's in southern Utah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily prettier, but a little bit pricier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And we're actually headed down to southern Utah to film the first half of the movie in late April and May. So we're
How
moving
exciting.
forward pretty
so
rapidly.
it's moving forward. It's going from the book to the screen.
That's right.
That's sort of everybody's dream. Well, Dave, Kate, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
I wish you
Thank
guys
you,
luck,
Elijah.
and hopefully this is going to rapidly move forward, and you'll be in Europe before you know it.
I appreciate it.
All right, if you want to be part of a fantastic new picture, if you are passionate about cycling, or you just want to be passionate about a story with kids and hope and love and family, you're going to want to support this picture. Visit barnstormmovie.com to see how you can get involved and donate what you can. You are watching Park City Television. We're going to be back with much more here on the Mountain Morning Show right after this.